Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in this video we are going to see concepts which are going to be very important to write a C program which can accept our input and give appropriate output. So the previous program we have seen is of no great use, but just to explain the structure of a C program I use that program. Coming to the concepts, what are keywords? Keywords are reserved words that have predefined meaning in C. So to explain it in an easy way, so keywords are the words which are already defined in the C library. So you cannot use all the words in all the places. So like words like else, if, void, these words have meaning. So you cannot use these words everywhere. Wherever it is used, we can use those words. So there are 32 keywords which we cannot alter. This should be written, voice should be written like this only. You should not use uppercase or use something like however we need. So we have to use how it is defined. So this is known as keyword. Then what are variables? Variables in the sense, if we want to give input, the normal use of a program is we are going to give some inputs and we are going to see what the appropriate output is. So if we want to give input in a program, we have to create memory space. So without memory space we cannot give input. Or if we want to see the output for those inputs, we have to create another memory space to store the output. Without that you cannot give any input and store output for future use. So those things, creating memory space, are known as variables. We call it as variable name. Variable name means it is memory space name. So variables are user defined name. What is user defined? As we seen in keywords, keywords are predefined meaning, which means it has some meaning. This word void will have a meaning, which means void means it has no return type. Program will not return any value. But variables are user defined. User defined means we can give any name to the memory space, but we have to follow certain rules to give names. By following these rules, we can create any name for memory space. What are the rules? There are 7 common rules we have to follow. Variable name, that is memory space name, should begin with alphabets or underscore. The starting letter, the starting one should be alphabets or underscore. We should not start with digits or something else. This is the first rule. Then the second rule is can follow by letters or digits also. So first word should be alphabet. Then we can use digits also to write the variable name. Like I am going to give, this can be my memory space name. I cannot write as 8ABC. So it should not start with digit. Then coming to the next rule, no special characters are allowed other than underscore. Underscore, we have seen what is special characters, right? Special characters means all these symbols in the keyboard. So except underscore, only underscore is allowed. Except underscore we should not use any special characters. Even dot or space also we cannot use. So if we want to give a memory space name, it should be continuous. If I am going to give a memory space name like student name, I should not give space here. Space should not be used. I can use underscore to separate that. I can give it like this. I cannot use student name dot like that and all. So no special characters are allowed. Number of length, there is no limit for number of length for the memory space name, but some compiler will accept only first 8 characters. So no length limit for variable memory space name. Actually, to say it easily, we will use memory space name. The actual word is, it is variables. Okay. And reserved words are not allowed. Reserved words means, just now we saw, reserved words are keywords. It will have predefined meaning in C library. So those words we should not use to give name for the memory space, because variables are user defined, keywords are predefined. So reserved words should not be used. Both uppercase and lowercase are allowed. So you can name it as ABC. Like this also. Like this also we can use. Like this also we can give memory space name. But we have altered like this, no? Yes, here S is capital, here T is capital. So these two things have different meaning. Both are student name only, but here S is capital, here T is capital. So these two memory spaces are different. That's what is meant here. Those things, uppercase and lowercase, will have different meaning, but we can use both uppercase and lowercase. Then any variable should be declared before it is used. Before using the variables, before using the memory space, we have to define the memory space. How many memory space we want, we have to define it before starting the program. We can create memory space in extra manner, but we cannot create less memory space, and we cannot try to use memory space which is not being created. So this is the 7th rule. So if I want to create 3 memory space, I will give 3 names, but following these rules, I will give 3 names separated by comma. 3 memory space name, any name, whatever I have used, or any name following these rules. Then after completing, I have to end with a semicolon. That is the rule what we have saw in the previous video. Like inside this body, we have to terminate everything with semicolon. The next concept is data types. Data types and variables have a link between them. What is variable? Variable means memory space name. How much memory space we need in a program, we can create by giving some name to it. I will name it as A, B and C. Okay, we have to follow those 7 rules. Data types are the size of the memory space. We are going to specify the size of the memory space and what type of data I am going to store inside are data types. Okay, so what is data type? Size and type of data we are going to store in that memory. So data types should be declared before creating the memory space. So how can I create? Now I am going to store 5. 5 is an integer. In this memory I am going to store S. So S is a character type. So these are common data types, and there are float. If I want to use pointed values, 5.8, I am going to store 5.8 in C, means it should be declared as float. Okay, now let's take a common one. Okay, now I am going to store integer in every memory space. So I can give it as integer A, B and C. This means every memory space A, B and C will contain integer type of value. So if I declare like this, I cannot give in B yes or some character type, or I cannot give here it as float values. If I want to store like that, I can give it as B here and C here. So what are data types? Data types are the type and size of memory space we are going to use for the variable names. Then what are identifiers? Identifiers means they are user defined memories we are going to use in the program. So user defined, we have already seen one concept. Variables are user defined. So till now we know that variables are user defined. By learning more concepts, we will get to know array, string, functions, structures, unions. These all the things will come under identifiers. So what are variables? It is a memory space name. Array is also a memory space we are going to create, like it has a different concept. So these all things comes under identifiers. So what is the rule for variables? Those 7 rules. The same rules should be followed for. Then this is a small concept where I forgot to say in my first video. Compiler is the one which error checks the program. Whatever error is there in the program, it will indicate us. We have to correct the error and then save it again and run the program. Then compiler is also responsible for changing our source code into machine code. Concept is CPU cannot understand our language. It can only understand zeros and ones until now. And in future also it can understand only zeros and ones. So our program is known as source code. To change that source code into machine code, compiler will do that work to change it into machine code, and then the output will also return back to us in our source code itself. So what are the few compilers? GCC, Clang, Turbo C. This is what we will use, and then Portable C compiler. These are some of the compilers. Finally, there are 32 keywords and 24 header files, of which 2 header files are mandatory, and whenever we need other header files, according to the program, we can include other header files. The 2 mandatory header files are studio.h and conio.h. In my next video, let's see how to write a program by creating variables, that is memory space, and do basic arithmetic calculations. And that's it for this video. If you have any doubt or if you feel like something should be improved, you can comment me, because taking video class is very new to me. As you can see, my hands are sweating. I am taking class since 2016, but taking in video is very new for me. So I will try to improve my technical things very soon. And in my channel, I am going to upload videos both in Tamil as well as English. Who prefer Tamil to be very comfortable can see the Tamil video regarding programming languages. In Tamil, I will be much comfortable while teaching, so you can expect a good explanation.